Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next match in the Zelda 1 Randomizer All Boards No Swords tournament. Today we have a Swiss round rematch between Kingdahl and Sharky2107. I am Elso, and I'm going to be hopefully guiding you guys through the joy that is this flag set. So, in spite of the fact that the code says that there is a sword in the seed, there will not be a sword in the seed at all. Instead, the runners will need to rely on weapons such as bombs, the wand, the bow and arrow, or the red candle in order to do the combat. Now, this matchup is also in the bonus bracket, and the winner of this matchup is going to go on to face. Let me pull the name up. The winner of this matchup will face off again. Sir Fryteeth. And the loser, unfortunately, will be leaving this tournament. So the first thing the runners are going to be looking for is the Armos item and an early weapon that is capable of killing bomb droppers. This could be an early bomb pack, this could be a blue candle, this could even be a surprise red candle Armos item or a surprise wand Armos item. Once they find a weapon that is potentially capable of killing the bomb droppers, they then need to see how much bomb droppers or how much health the bomb droppers have and what they are. Because anything that has more than 3 health, you cannot kill with the blue candle. So if our bomb droppers all rolled high, we might have a pretty slow bomb farming seed. Other things to note is that we do have mixed quest dungeons, which means we'll have a combination of first and second quest, and really not a bad start screen. They have options to go to the desert cave early. They have options to go to the Armos items early, which is what it looks like both of our runners are going to do. Actually, no, Kingdahl's heading to the desert cave. They have early access to the coast. They have early access to the lake, Forgotten Spot, do some screen wraps. They have a... It's really not a bad start. The only thing they don't have access to right off the bat is Deadwoods. And there's a level 6. So based on this start location and the direction that they can go, it looks like we're going to have first quest 1 through 6, which really is going to help the runners out on the key count, as first quest 1 through 6 tend to have a lot more keys than second quest equivalents do. And you're going to notice all of the hit caves say the same thing. That is deliberate, as the book will give you the ability to understand the old men, and we have a, so far, good money seed. That is the maximum that the medium secret can be at a whopping 40 rupees. And we find our take-any's. We get Weird Cave. We get Weird Cave. Now, even though the runners are running on a mixed quest overworld, they will have first quest cave distribution, which means there will be 3 large secrets for them to collect and spend. I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed by these inroads. They are not that great. I mean, technically, yes, you have access to the early Death Mountain, and hi, that's a power bracelet on the Armos. So that's like, that's vanilla with a hint of French vanilla. Sharky decides to gamble and wins 12 bucks. Not a bad idea, especially when if you're kind of low on money. Gambling is not the worst idea in the world, because in a worst case scenario, you just run out of money anyway, which probably would have happened if you ran into a door repair. We do not have the mirrored overworld, as can be noted by the fact that the mirrored overworld is here. Or the mirrored overworld is not present, rather. And with our non-combat Armos item, both of these runners are going to want to find the sword, or we might even see them just go ahead and dig a level with nothing, like Kingdahl's about to do in the 6. And gets Hershey's Kisses. That is not a bad bomb price at 16 rupees. It's a little bit low. It's a bit cheaper than vanilla, which is good. As Kingdahl finds a pair on the floor that he might be able to pick up, he might not. This could be a ladder block at 6. I want to say the south portions of this dungeon are ladder block no matter what. I'd have to double check where that location is, because there may be a way to get below it. Looks like the answer to that question is no. And as you can see on Kingdahl's side, we have red and blue bubbles from second quest, as well as all the other second quest enemies. As we find level 7, I think that's a first quest 7, so I think we're straight first quest. Yeah, this looks like straight first quest. And those are danger noodles. So I think Sharky's gonna opt not to do this dungeon unless he wants to bomb land molas, which is a very, very not fun experience. I'm gonna get an Armos item check here, and it is bombs. So that is our white sword item. Now, on the one hand, that's potentially a bad thing if we get an early ladder. Although it is a free bomb pack, the runners probably would rather have seen something combat related there. On the other hand, it could be a good thing if we get a late ladder, and they also won't have to worry about if they see a bomb drop in if they see a bomb pack on the floor in level 1 or 2, is that the item of the dungeon? So at this point, with what our runners have available to them, they're really going to be looking for that wooden candle, which will be in an open cave. They may be able to kill a bomb dropper with it, they may not. It all depends on how the bomb dropper is rolled. And given that we have Dark Nuts on the there's the candle at the lake cave next to the vanilla blue ring. So now Sharky has a candle, he has a weapon that he can use for some combat, but the candle will not be effective against Wizrobes, Dark Nuts, Pulse Voice, or anything with more than 3 HP, as I had alluded to earlier. Good bait price. Only 50 rupees for the bait, and you may not even need it, because it's... Well, if it's strictly first quest, the bait shuffle is in effect. And it is strictly first quest, so the bait shuffle will be in effect. So the general thing with these seeds is, as soon as you get combat, your ability to complete the seed gets exponentially faster. Just because you can go and find items in dungeons. Lever's not playing nice with Sharky at all, as Kingdahl, with no candle still, is gonna go check the power bracelet spots. Which you can't really set, which honestly to me makes a lot of sense. If there is something important in here, it'd be better to get it sooner rather than later. Good dodging to get around those blue Dark Nuts, too. I imagine Sharky with his candle is now going to go ahead and do the forest. And our large secret is 107, so I think it's safe to say that this is a good money seed. The runners shouldn't have to worry about buying too much, and because we do have strictly first quest, the runners won't have to worry about having to purchase keys nearly as much as they would if there was second quest 1 through 6. And we find level 2. 2 is generally a good dungeon to find because it tends to have items on the floor just out in the open relatively often. And it's also shorter, so full digging it and having to or if you have to come back for some reason, like in this case you're going to have to come back as likes are impossible to kill with the blue candle no matter how they roll, given we only have plus minus 2 HP. And I think even in plus minus 4 they still are impossible to kill with the candle directly. Sharky does need to watch his bomb count, though. Kingdahl's about to come across his candle. Sharky's gonna continue into level 2, not a bad idea. And, okay, so the Tektites are killable. The Vires may or may not be killable. If they rolled high, they will not be killable. If they rolled average or low, they will be killable. And I like this strat of going in and resetting the room constantly. Oh, hi, Danger Doodles. And something for the folks that are out there watching this either live or after the fact. The logic of the randomizer assumes that you'll be able to complete... Sorry about that. You will be able to complete any given room in one pass-through. So if you find a room that has a pulse voice, that means that the wand or bow will be available before that point. Most other rooms just assume you have enough bombs to get through it in one go. So that's one of the nuances, is if you find a pulse voice room, it can spawn down the amount of pulse voices you have to deal with. It is assumed that you're going to have the bow or the wand going in there. Sharky finds his second large secret of the seed. He is doing well on the money. This could be one of those seeds where a blue ring purchase is not too totally out of the question, but I imagine the runners are going to want to save their money more for bombs, bomb upgrades, potentially having to deal with life for money rooms, etc. So it looks like the blue candle is not as fantastic of a combat weapon as we'd like to see it be, and I am joined by a Mr. Fury SK.
Yep, I snuck in.
Well, so far there has been nothing. Except candles and a couple levels. We get our first bonus cave of the seed. You'll notice that the bonus caves do not have an extra candle in them. That is because of the free candle that you get out of the Woodsword Cave. However, if you find you're in a situation where you can buy a candle, and you are late enough in the seed that you're concerned that having a candle is going to hurt you, just go ahead and buy the candle. That's very much a valid option. Graveless. I think Sharky's gonna make the play for 7 here. Nope. He's just gonna get his health back. Those were the fantastically magical bombs. So, because the white and the magic swords have been replaced by bomb packs, if you see an old man holding a bomb pack, it's probably your magic sword. It's a non-zero probability it could be your white sword, but you just assume it's a magic sword unless otherwise proven.
Yep, it's a 1 in 15 chance of actually pulling a Fred. Or once you hit Elite 8 in these tournaments, it's going to be, what, 123? And more fun.
1 in 23. So we know that a feat of strength is going to lead to something power bracelet blocked, but the power bracelet was free, so it almost doesn't matter. You know, I like the early Death Mountain play if you have bombs and With Kingdahl having had bombs coming in here. Ooh. 12 for the small.
Yeah, the bomb prices are what, 16?
Yep.
So basically, it's 75% of a bomb pack that you get on a small. So that makes the Death Mountain play even more effective, is the fact that you can actually refill your bombs for 32 rupees. So if it doesn't work out like it has so far in the western part of Death Mountain, it won't cost you too much.
Yeah, it's always a rough feeling when you go to Death Mountain and be like, hey, I'm just gonna go check this, and then there's nothing. You're like, oh, okay, thanks.
Hopefully he checks the one remaining spot that I didn't see him check.
Looks like he is not.
Well, for his sake, he better hope that was not a spot that contained a dungeon or the white sword item, because that could be quite painful later on.
Well, we might find out from Sharky in a second here, if he decides to do that spot or if he skips.
My preference when I'm up in Western Death Mountain Mixed Quest Overworld is to bomb the guaranteed spot out of the two if I only have one remaining bomb.
Yeah, that, to me, that's the better way to go about it.
Now, I've already had a seed once so far that has produced a dungeon at that one 50-50 shot and not at the 100% shot, and I went ahead and missed that and spent 20 minutes looking for it, but most of the time you don't get that unlucky.
I mean, some would call it unlucky, some would call it, fantastic. Usually the person you're going against would call it fantastic. Kingdahl trying to set up a tree clip. Clips into the tree and is rewarded with a potion shop.
Has to be another dungeon pretty soon, you'd think.
Well, given we found 3 of them, there's at least 6 left. Now, it is mixed quest, so there's a bunch of recorder spots that are open.
If you don't find any more, it's quite unfortunate, because most of the dungeons they've found outside of, what, level 2 is some of the dungeons that are a little bit larger in size.
Indeed. Especially 7. Kingdahl's gonna retop out on bombs, take a quick save. Looks like he's headed to the coast. That is the other part of the coast.
We're gonna get our Death Mountain check here on the other side.
Yep.
No dungeon, just prescription paper.
If only you could use it to just roll it up and use it like you just whack things with it. That'd be great.
Just let me place it down on the ground and make my candle fire get twice as big. Hey, level 3.
This is a sometimes good level to find. Until that happens. Now, of particular note is that because we have first quest for our dungeons, there will be no second quest push blocks. Had we had second quest anywhere in the seed, they become a possibility.
I like how that gorilla was just waiting for him to run past the trap really fast so he could snipe him.
That's what Koreas do, man.
At least the Stalfos so far look to be on 1 or 0 HP, so could clear one of these 2 rooms and at least get a key draw for his trouble.
Well, that room seemed to have nothing. It did have nothing.
Yep, now he's got the gels down to, what, 2, and see pretty quickly here, as long as they go the same direction they were traveling.
Pretty sure gels and keys are the 2 hardest enemies in the game.
Yeah, well, I would have opted to bomb left real quick to take that free bomb, but nevertheless, he's going to continue on and potentially go south in this room this time. I feel fairly confident in saying that single push block is pretty likely to be the item where that Korea sniped him.
I would agree.
It's not a guarantee, but it's quite possible.
I'm kinda surprised he hasn't gone back for that yet. Unless we missed a shutter door.
Looks like he made up to go that direction this time. Yeah, Red Korea died to a single candle fire, so that's a -2 roll there.
And that is really good news if you just have the red candle and you need bomb drops. Or even the blue candle.
Well, this only looks slightly vanilla to me.
The seed was brought to you by French vanilla flavored coffee lovers, whatever the name of that creamer is.
So let's see here. We've had level 3 contain its vanilla item. We've had the vanilla push block location save for 2 actual Armos actually have the push block. Does that mean we should dig level 7 for a red candle?
Well, given that we saw that the white sword was on the coast, I think we dig level 7 for a ladder. This is not an easy screen to walk up the ladder on.
No, that one you just have to go the other side and walk up that smaller ladder and hope to kind of transition over.
Sharky forgot for a second that in Mixed Quest that is a lake.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just don't want to pass up a spot when you don't know for sure. Because if you do, half the time it actually is an open cave. Even though in these flags it obviously won't be. Every time you pass it up, it is.
Sounds about like Zelda Randomizer. Oh, you didn't check this thing? Okay, okay, here's your required item that you didn't check. Looks like the blue moblins also rolled low.
Looks like Sharky's gonna find out exactly how pathetic these indie roads are for the seed. So we find level 8.
You know, bomb farming is really not going to be an issue for these runners, given the low HP of the bomb dropper so far. This, on the other hand. You know, I like... Oh, Sharky finds his third large secret. He's now topped out on money. You know, I kind of like using the bombs here.
What do we got? We got something else you can burn, but he's gonna pick it up. Well, if he's got the money, which he does, it's going to give him potential hint information once he finds those, so... Not the worst thing to pick up.
Especially in a seed where you know level 7 exists early. You probably want to see if you can get a hint for what's in there so that you can just try force and go it later. Although we're now 3 for 4 on vanilla items. Sharky kills the Octorok, goes into the cave and finds... Lupa? As Kingdahl's in a room he's probably not super excited about being in.
Well, on the bright side, it is clearable. It's just going to take him a little while.
And we have a level 1 sighting. And look at that bomb upgrade!
Yeah, down to 2 bombs. You want to go ahead and grab that with all that money, and it was a big bomb upgrade.
Man, that... Sharky's gotta be happy to see that. Although he is key blocked, so he'll need to go get some keys.
Yeah, he doesn't have the book yet, so I would highly value any key shop at this point.
Agreed. There's nothing wrong with buying a key.
Oh man, now we're getting levels left and right here.
Now this could be interesting. If Sharky comes out of 3 with a key or 2, he may just go back straight to 1.
Or he could sail across the water to get a key shop.
Is that a mate block?
Yep.
No. Well, sort of. We don't know if it's a required mate block, but it is mate. Person. Hand. Thing.
The wall master is hungry.
You would just take the food back to the start of the dungeon, though.
Doesn't look like it's strictly required since you can walk around it, but...
Well, that's a wand-blocked room.
Maybe.
That one on the right?
Yep, it is. I was just trying to remember if I'd seen the transport, but we definitely have.
The key conservation makes sense here to me.
Well, I would definitely go ahead and use that key at this point if you're gonna be blocked off by that chute.
Yeah, he kind of has to.
Well, he could go buy bait and go through the bait block into the chute, but that'd be a bit silly.
Why would you do that? When you could spend that money on keys. Although he can't go to the left.
Yeah, he's gonna have to make a decision here, one way or another, I believe, unless he wants to use the key to get into this one room.
Survey says he's gonna do it.
And hi, Goma.
That was the best key spend ever. And he's leaving.
I just really wanted to find level 9, yeah.
Yeah, well, you kind of need that. That's actually really nice if they ever find the recorder. They can just whistle straight to 8, and then 9's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, 7 and 8 are both basically right next to it, so it's got a whole bunch of different opportunities to flute back or find your last Triforce and walk there.
So really the question is, where is our first combat item gonna be?
I would think the chances of it being level 1 are pretty significant.
I'm gonna say 1 leads to recorder, and then there's a recorder block dungeon that has our combat.
Well, it looks like the cheapest key is 80 in the candle shop.
That's a little unfortunate. And it looks like the spare heart is our white sword item today.
So the white sword and the heart container swap spots, basically.
Which, if that's the case, that means everything else is in its vanilla location, which means that the wand is in 6, red candles in 7, thank you, and good day. That's not how this works.
Sharky's up to 2 keys looking for the Triforce in 3, so looks like a good chance of him going back to level 1 after this.
And gets a heart container, too. Oh! But the inverted controls makes him have to go back, re-enter.
Yeah, in his specific position, I really think I'd value going to 1 over hunting a Triforce through a locked door, but see what's to the right in this room.
I mean, he may be able to find it for free. But there's not a whole lot of rooms left that it could be in, and there's a compass. Oh!
Can he get there? Yes, he can. Where is it?
It's in the vanilla room.
Yeah, with that tea room kind of being a fun time. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough go.
I think I'd take the keys and go to 1 first and then come back at that point. But I can also understand wanting to be done with this dungeon while you're here.
On the bright side, it was not super infested so far with whiz robes. There was only 1 big room, reds.
And if you are going to take a bop from Reds, you want to take the physical bop instead of the beam, because the beam will just straight up murderize you. Oh!
Oof.
The Invisirobe.
Yeah, the strategy I employ with the red whiz robes is to go ahead and wait in the door for them to initially spawn, and then as they're preparing to fire their first beam, kind of run for the upper part of it. If you can't make it all the way to the door, then you kind of stop and face down, and most of them will spawn on the second tile or spawn below you, and that can allow you to get all the way to that door.
And I appreciate that he's trying to spend as few keys as possible, as he wants to go into 1 with a good key count. He's good to go. Round 2.
Yeah, that strategy there worked just as well. And free Triforce, as Kingdahl finds his in 2.
So, if you thought one runner was going to gain an advantage over the other by looking for a Triforce, nope. They're back to even.
So now it looks like Sharky's gonna look for... Well, he's gonna look to see what else is over in this corner before turning around. And gonna mark that bait shop for later since the bait's pretty cheap.
You might also have been thinking about buying those arrows. Kingdahl just getting absolutely danger noodled in the face multiple times. I would expect after this power bracelet spot, Sharky will go back to... So we find our other bomb upgrade. It's in level 2.
He's got 2 more spots that he's got marked as not checked yet.
You know, based on what I've seen in the seed so far, I would not be surprised if both runners end the seed with 20 bombs. Maximum.
It just depends on how many key blocks they run into without having keys. So far, it looks like you can kind of farm your way through, but...
And Sharky has decided not to go back to level 1.
Hey, that's a nice forgotten spot level.
Yay, 5. There's one good thing about 5, it has a lot of keys. Usually. Sharky's gonna buy the blue ring.
Well, if you know you can't really progress through dungeons because of a combat disadvantage, then that's not a bad play. However, if he runs out of keys now, he's going to be in a situation where he may have to farm.
Let's also not forget the possibility of life or money rooms, depending on what those are.
Yep, we'll be learning here pretty soon just how important or not important that blue ring is. Well, looks like he's going to play a money-making game a little bit just to see how lucky he can get, and 12, 12, and minus 11 is not really what you wanted to see from one of the rolls of the money-making game.
Not really, no. Well, there's a compass.
Usually when you play it and it's randomized, you're kind of hoping there's one, like, 40-something value and 2 low negative values.
I like minus -6.
Yep, the old man here is going to pay for telling him old information, looks like, and this old man is going to steal his bomb. To say, you
okay,
burned my brother.
So, because the bomb upgrade was +6, that's not that painful, but that still is... That's rough. To have to give up a max bomb or 5 keys. Again, with the +6 bomb upgrade, it doesn't really hurt that bad, but it's not what you want to see.
That's assuming that Kingdahl picks up that bomb upgrade, since he has not seen level 1 yet. Or has he picked up one?
He did pick one up in level 2.
Oh, I picked up one level 2. I was too busy watching Sharky dodge the red Wizrobes.
Sharky is going to find his transport Serenade. We'll see if he decides to dig this a little further than Kingdahl did.
Well, if it holds true to vanilla, there's going to be an any keys in here, if I remember correctly, so he's maybe hoping he runs into that.
I think if he runs into that, he goes straight back to 1.
Oof. Kingdahl's going for that key, but unfortunately, the Stalfo had a bit of a different idea.
Keys? What do you need keys for? Just smash the door with a giant stick.
I wish you could beat stuff over the head with your flute, but unfortunately, it's just a wand.
That would be kind of interesting, though.
That or make the boomerangs do like very little damage, but just enough to actually kill something after you hit it about 20 times. And we have the item in 5, and it's, well, we know the Unikey's not in 8 now.
So that's potentially bad news for Sharky, potentially bad news for Kingdahl. It all depends on what the second item in 8 is, if Sharky can get to it.
And Kingdahl's going to go ahead and make the play to leave, which I think is just fine at this point. You can easily come back and clear that dungeon in probably 2 minutes once you find some more combat.
And combine that with the fact that he still hasn't seen level 1 yet.
Oh hey, a 50-50 spot has level 4. Nice. And it's the vanilla entry room, so there's a room to his left here. Looks like he may be deciding to try and pirouette it.
4 is not a bad dungeon to find.
Pretty sure that also is every dungeon that was outstanding at this point, so we're pretty much done on overworld exploration, outside of maybe going to a hint shop.
And potentially the white sword item. Wait, no, we've already seen that. Well, we've seen the hint for it. So, yeah.
That's a great place to find that, by the way. There's only going to be, what, maximum of 1 more in first quest, all first quest.
Yep. And for all we know, it could be in a location very similar to that, where it just doesn't do anything. Sharky's at a new part of level 8.
Okay, yeah. Kingdahl decided to go up first and then realized, hey, that's a singular room to the right, I better look. Uh-oh, this is definitely a Chevy room based on where that compass was.
There's no room there. There.
Making sure that he does not get baited out by the second quest push blocks. So, not a bad idea just to push them in case. And it looks like he's going to opt to burn his key here, so let's see what it does for him.
Well, I don't think there can be any second quest push blocks, because it's all first.
That's correct, there won't be. Alright, we have the item.
Question is, what is it?
It's a keys.
You know, keys in a bottle would not be the worst thing in the world. You just summon that when you're fighting whatever, and it just goes and annoys the enemy.
Uh-oh, level 4's item is the item that everybody's looking for, the seed. So Kingdahl with a big lead now.
Yeah, he's not gonna have any concerns outside of find that bow and silvers, and 1 is still fully on the table.
Yeah, it looks like Sharky's trying to reverse clip, which is kind of the harder clip to pull off, and he's getting beaten up by this key, so he's... Man, this is rough. I think you just exit and re-enter if you can't pull the clip off and take care of the keys and put an end to the madness here.
That's what it looks like he's doing. Also, hi, Circle Room. For Sharky's sake, we're gonna hope that this is something like a bow or a silvers that Kingdahl skipped.
Or a bow.
Okay then. Well?
Now we're gonna hope he gets there before getting keysed. And he does, so now it's not necessarily as big of a lead as it was about 2 minutes ago. Granted, he still needs to farm up a little bit of money to go get those arrows, because I think there were 80, right?
Yeah, 83. And also bear in mind, Kingdahl's gonna have to go back there to get the Triforce out of 8. But it is a question of, will he bother to take the second item, or is he just gonna go for... the Hujima Watson?
Looks like Sharky has had enough of this level 8. I don't recall seeing him find the book. Did he find that?
I did not see him pick it up if he did. So... Still version 7?
Either that or Silver's 9, the hint doesn't tell you where they are, it tells you where the Compass, Zelda, and Ganon are.
I'm okay with that.
Looks like the horizontal shoot 4 transitioned over and is going to give up the Triforce.
So Kingdahl currently on the board with 2 Triforces, a wand, and an any key. Sharky currently on the board with 1 Triforce and a bow. Also, get off your own lawn.
Alright, he's heading back into 7. Will it be a health refill again, or will he go in and try and clear some of it? Looks like this time he's going to make the decision to clear, or re-look at this room.
Yeah, he may not want to. He's gonna try the bomb the lane mullahs.
He's not going to have enough now.
Yeah, he would have. He would have needed to get it down to 2 on that first bomb.
Yeah, it looks like the early segments rolled up a little bit. Usually you can take a candle to him and you can get 1 or 2 pieces of it, but he got 0 with his candle fire.
Is Sharky doing what I think he's doing? Probably not.
Going back?
Yeah.
Probably.
Seems like a very weird play to me.
Well, the only thing that makes it a little interesting as we see Kingdahl almost able to get the magic sword hearts at this point.
That's a little unfortunate. Or very unfortunate, depending on your point of view. But Sharky, through determination, is going to try to get these land mullahs down. The land mullahs are just not going to cooperate. He only needs to get 1, and he gets the 1. Now the other one just needs to move away from the door. And immediately is met with a Goma and a potential key block. Sharky now re-looking at his options in this level. He is leaving. That's got to be frustrating to go through all of that just to find another key door. He really needs to get over to 5. Now, of course, he doesn't yet know where 5 is, so... Well, we could sit here and say, hey, you need to go here, he can't hear us, so... He's just doing the checks. And not even enough money to gamble. You get a level 2 sighting. Oh wait, we've already seen level 2. We've already seen all the levels. And Kingdahl just getting more keys that he doesn't need. But he will be able to clear these rooms out, so he'll get this item out of here. Though it seems to be pretty deep.
Yeah, this is a level he's got mostly completed already with 1, but he doesn't know the bow is in the lake. If he did, I think he might not even come back to this dungeon.
Well, he might also be... well, he also hasn't seen 1 yet, so he might be looking for a recorder if he thinks his recorder blocked out of level 1. The map.
He has left that 1 room down there.
There's also this room.
Oh, more keys.
More keys. This was the other bomb upgrade. Good news, Sharky has found level 4.
It's going to be a question as to who's really in the lead if and when Sharky is able to get to the wand in level 4. But he's already looking at leaving level 4?
I think he wants to just check this one spot. He might also be thinking second quest. Yes, if he's able to pull this wand out of here, that... the main concern at that point would just be his key count. Confirmed shoot room. Or Chevy room. Whatever the room is. See what the desert room has for us. Nothing. It's a good thing that Sharky got that key.
Well, we're gonna have a chance to hear what the melody is here.
Everybody play a game of Name That Tune. Eventually.
Yeah, he's got it out. He just hasn't done anything with it yet. Gonna go find a spot that he can check.
Such as up here. And Sharky left level 4. I think he's gonna opt to go into level 1 instead of spend his key in 4.
Well, it could potentially pay off still. We don't know necessarily what's in 1 yet.
Agreed. There could be a red candle, there could be a silvers, both of which would give him combat. He could also come out of this with more keys than he went in with. As Kingdahl finds a hint shop. Yes, thank you. And the entire bottom portion of 1 is entirely key blocked.
Second hint was better than the first hint.
Agreed. Look at this 1. You're
Oh,
just
hey.
key blocked out of... Oh.
Well, if you get enough keys, or maybe a bomb, you can get a red ring.
I think he needs the any key, or more keys, because looking at the layout of 1, every single door to get down to that bottom portion and the top portion are locked doors. You never think about it, but Vanilla 1 has 6 key doors.
Yeah, this is a bad spot for Sharky to be in because he's now got no money, no keys, no bombs, so he's gonna have to farm with a candle on the overworld until he actually gets a bomb pack.
Or enough money that he can gamble his way into buying some bombs. Whichever comes first. And yet Kingdahl is avoiding the spot where level 1 is. Largely because he doesn't know it's there, but... Now there is one other item that Sharky would have wanted to see in level 1 that may prove to help more than we know yet. That is a
Magic
ladder.
banner?
Ladder.
Oh. I guess.
Now, without the wand, if he sees a magic nanner, I would hope he picks it up. Because if your only combat weapon is a candle or something of that caliber, whichever boomerang you find, you want to pick up so that you can just clump the enemies together.
I guess the good news for Sharky is he just found a medium secret, so he has some money to go buy bombs. And now we see Kingdahl making the same blue ring purchase, despite knowing that the red ring is in level 1.
Well, again, he hasn't found level 1 yet, and for all he knows, and he doesn't know this, but it is a Wizrobe dungeon, and if you do have to kill Wizrobes to get that red ring, I could see where the blue ring purchase would be helpful.
I suppose, but given that he has every item needed to clear every spot in the overworld, he's gonna find one if he actually wants to find one.
Absolutely. But again, it's not necessarily... how do I want to say this? It's not necessarily a bad play, it's just... It's an interesting play to make with the information that he has. And he might also say, if 1 is a Wizard dungeon, let me just get the Triforce, because it is free, and leave, and not even bother looking for the items.
Nah, there's no way 1 can be ladder block antlers. Nice try.
Parts of 1 can be ladder blocked. The entirety of 1 cannot be ladder blocked.
It's looking definitively key block, though, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubting that. Which, not any key out of 5 is going to be huge for Kingdahl once he gets in there.
And now he's only going to get 2 hints of this, so hey, he got a big one already. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's the hint he needed. Let's see which one he buys. He's going to buy the cheaper one.
Oh, hey.
So that means that the whistle spot at the grave is our white sword item.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit of a silly one, because it's just the white sword item, but now we know where the heart is if he wants to go pick up magic sword bombs.
Look, if there wasn't a hint saying that the heart container is there, you would have gone and said, okay, that's probably level 1, and he probably would have actually gone to it. Opinion. Both runners are looking relatively healthy at the moment, with 8 and 11 hearts each. Now, also note that Kingdahl does not have the letter, so he won't be able to purchase potions if he decides to, if he wanted to right before level 9.
We haven't definitively seen a ladder block Triforce yet, have we?
No, we have not.
So the ultimate troll can still be in play here.
Ladder in
Or
9.
we may not need one. We may not need the ladder at all.
Well, there's nothing that can be in 9 that would make you have to double at 9 at this point. With the exception of a ladder blocked silver arrows somewhere.
This is a bit unfortunate for both runners. They're both looking for a level that they have yet to find. In Sharky's case, it's what, level 5 at Forgotten Spot that he's about to go to, I think.
Yes. Well, hold on. We haven't actually seen that much at level 6. That can be ladder blocked.
Sharky is going to be super happy if he can get to the any key.
I think if Sharky's able to get to the any key, I think his first play is to go right back to 1. Maybe 4 because it's close by, but 1 is very tempting once you have the any key.
You should probably go ahead and see what the drop is in this room, Sharky. Could be a key. Even if you can't get to it.
To answer the question in chat, yes, Zelda can be in a moat room, she can be in a Chevy room, she can even be in a stair room. Is Sharky key blocked from the any key?
Yes, he is. Oh, hi, Zelda's room.
That's legitimately an awful thing to see happen.
Hey, he could have decided to clear it if he really wanted to. The wand would get him through it.
Well, he still doesn't have an ability to get that key because he needs a ladder.
Yeah. Sharky should be pretty close to a bomb shop here. There is one up on Death Mountain. There's actually 2 up on Death Mountain.
The question is, does he really want to buy bombs?
He's gonna have to find more overworld spots.
Right, but he's found all of his dungeons at this point.
Oh, we may have the item in level 6 here.
I think we do, based on we've already seen both sides of the transport. Let's see what it is.
How about silvers?
Well, alright. Ladder... Wait, hold on. Let me run through the items in my head. Let me run through the items real quick. So, Red Ring and Unknown in 1, Recorder in 2, Raft in 3, Wand in 4, 5 had the any key, 6 has the silvers, 7 is the boomerang, 8 is the book and the bow, Heart on White Sword item, White Sword on Ladder Coast item, and Power Bracelet and Power Bracelet. Ladder is almost 100... Ladder is at a 2/3 chance of being at 9 right now.
Yep. Oh, Sharky sees a key. Go get that key now. Take a death even.
Don't even bother with the stair, just get the key. He's gonna go for the stair instead. Kingdahl picks up his Triforce in level 6. And he's still in the vicinity of level 1, he just needs to get up to the rest of the Lost Hills.
I mean, I guess he could be setting up a Kanana key at some point, but I don't think he's going to make it through this room with just a candle.
No, and with how many key blocks he's seen, I don't see a reason for Sharky to just wait for a Kanana key.
In the meantime, Kingdahl is getting just a little bit further ahead now that he's found level 1, so it's imperative that Sharky be able to either get to this staircase, which is looking less likely at this point, or that he finds his any key in level 5 or his wand in level 4.
Or his silver's in level 6.
Yeah, those would also be nice.
Look at how, yeah. Level 1 is beyond reasonably key blocked.
He decided not to pick up the book.
That, I don't like that play with how many items he has still available. There's a red ring.
Oh. And
I
he's
understand.
He's gonna dig the next item at a 1 still, I think.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No way he doesn't. I could see why he didn't want to pick the book up, because if he finds the wand, it's going to be slightly more annoying, but the hint value at this point is just far too worth it to say no to the book.
Man, if you burn that key to go north in level 1 in Sharky's position, you actually get multiple keys out of it and a red ring.
Yeah, that... He doesn't know how valuable it is, but it is quite valuable. As Sharky is farming for what looks to be bombs off of the Moblins.
Oh, ladder 9.
It's your item.
He does not want his magic nanner, so he's gonna leave it there.
Maybe the Wizrubs will enjoy it. So I think if you're Kingdahl at this point, you just... Well, I think he, at this point, knows that it's going to be ladder at 9, so he's just going to go mode his way through the rest of the seed while picking up his bow and 8.
Yeah, he has perfect information at this point on every item if he's tracked it, so... Sharky going back to level 1. If he goes up, he'll have enough keys to complete level 1, get a red ring,
and the
be in
nanner.
better shape, probably.
Actually, no, he would need a couple of bombs to get the nanner because he doesn't have arrows or wand. Wait, which way is he going to go?
He's going down.
Well, I mean, there could be keys down here.
Yep, it can be. But he's only going to have one room open to him right here. It has to have a key.
He also needs bombs to get to the south portion, like the very south tip.
Yep, red candle's the other item in 9, so that's actually not very nice.
No, not at all. That's, basically, your combat is you gotta go to 4. But to get into 4, you need keys.
Kingdahl finds the tea room at level 3 and is like, wait a minute. That's not nice either.
You know, nice is a type of rock.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what this room is. Hey, it's free. The map. He's gotta go north in this room and he will get his Triforce. Or Triumph Fork. Kingdahl is just 2 Triforces away from being able to go into level 9. One of them is right next to it, and the other is right next to it. Looks like he's gonna opt to walk, probably to conserve his health. And I imagine he does 7 first. Sharky is just trying to figure out what options he has and where he can go. Oh, he's gonna do 8 first. The Goma in 7. I don't know if you've seen that, but...
Yeah, he just wants his bow, pretty much, at this point. I don't blame him.
I don't either. So, if ladder is the last item you need, potentially. We don't know if it's strictly required, but if ladder's at 9, do you actively dig for it, or do you just check every stair but act as if you're not looking for items at 9?
I'm just trying to clear rooms, find Ganon and Zelda, and then determine if I need the ladder after. I might check an open staircase, but I won't clear a room full of Wizzroast to see if that is a staircase with a ladder.
Sharky has taken a save and is taking a moment to reflect on the options he has, which I think, based on where the keys are, what keys we've seen, he might be in a situation where he has to buy a key. I don't know what was available in 6 key-wise, but he may be stuck in a forced to buy a key situation. Although maybe he can get a key out of 2.
Well, he's still yet to find 2. That's the big problem here.
I thought he's found 2 already.
He does not have it marked on his tracker.
Interesting.
So I don't think he has.
Well, that's
Gonna
another
peek around
factor.
level 6, though.
You know, I like the 6 play.
Hey, it looks like the wand's required to actually finish level 8, too. Interesting. Unless I'm way off. I think that's the Gliok room.
No, I'm in agreement. That looks like the Gliok room. To answer the question in chat, there was a bomb upgrade in level 2 that Kingdahl got. Shoot room to the bait block. See, it wasn't needed. This time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he stands to gain by fighting these land moles here, unless it's a Triforce.
I think he might have been looking for a key still. There's a key. He's got 1 key. Let's see where he goes with it.
Probably not level 6.
No, I don't think he goes back to 6. Well, actually, if he goes right here, he will get his silvers. So he may come out of this not empty-handed. And he's gonna get his Triforce. I forget what was blocking it. Nothing. Okay. He's gonna take these couple of rooms for the item, which makes sense to do. I don't think he spends his key here, though. He spent it there. That's really interesting.
Well, for all he knew, that was also the wand or something, so... I kind of get it, but he's unfortunately not going to check the rest of the bottom of all 6.
Well, he may also come back in. That's not outside of the realm of possibility, because he's gone quite a while without seeing a whole lot. I would not be... Yeah, I'm not surprised at all that he's going back in. Kingdahl may have found his nanner. Nope, this is transport. Sharky's back at 6. So that is a heck of a transport stair at level 7. See if Sharky decides to try and take on these Wizrubs, Land Bowlers! Eventually I'll get the enemy names right. As Kingdahl picks up his 8th and final Triforce, he is now eligible to go into level 9. And he is going to do so. So, Fury, what is Kingdahl going to be looking for in level 9?
A couple of hints, the Roar of Ganon, potentially a ladder and a staircase, and a shutter door that doesn't open unless he's already beat Ganon. Compass would be nice too, but...
Well, I don't think he's going that way. Call it a hunch.
He's not going that way either.
Okay then. So, one of these walls in this room here has to be bombable, or the seat is broken.
Bomb left.
That one. It's gotta be this one.
Oh, and a potential, if this one doesn't bomb as well, to be mandatory clear of a Wizard room. Haha. Whee!
Alright, the seat is absolutely worth every second they've spent in it.
Oh, I'm liking this all of a sudden. And they're
Yeah.
the primary enemy in the room. Here comes the potion use.
Yep. Which means he's got one less potion use if he wants to get rid of inverted controls at any point. Gets a clock, though. And thankfully, because of the bauble, he will not have to re-clear the room every time he comes in this dungeon. Sharky gets the silvers. He now has permanent combat.
Well, it's going to give him a chance to farm a thing or two or clean a couple of rooms up that don't have Wizrobes in them, so... Gives him a chance to kind of make some progress in Seed, but he's going to have to make quite a bit in a very short order if he's going to have any shot at staying in this tournament.
Yes, again, not impossible, but certainly a tall task. Although his key situation is still going to be the driving force, I think. Because he can't get the wand out of 4, he can't get the red ring out of 1, and he can't get the any key out of 5 without a key. And because he used his last key already, unless he finds 2, I don't think there's anywhere left he can go to get keys without buying one.
Hey, one of the useless hints already. Good.
Good sign, good sign.
The troll is still potentially possible.
I'm just waiting for the kidnapped guards of the compass to show up.
How about the Roar of Ganon?
Ganon, you forgot to put the soundproofing on your walls today.
But he at least bomb-proofed him, right?
Yes. I still think Wind Waker Ganondorf had the best defense system of all the Ganons.
Well, he left the door open as well on the top side, so here comes a fight.
Well, that's probably why you could hear him so well. His voice does carry.
And there is a shutter door to the left here, so there is a potential for this to be over within the next 20 or so seconds.
This room is a little bit weird for Ganon's pattern. And he goes down. Sharky has found level 9.
Man, I was hoping for that shutter door to open there with a...
Oh, I
firewall.
was too. That would have been so good.
Pretty sure that would have caused some rage, but it would have been fun.
Yeah. Zelda could still be in the Chevy room. Sharky takes an overworld death.
Yeah, the overworld death isn't really that big of a deal. It's
Not at this
really
point,
just
no.
coming down to when is he going to burn the candle spot northeast of Vanilla 1? He's like legitimately walked away from the spot that's like 3 screens away from his starting position a couple times here. And with that open cave of Vanilla 1 as well that he hasn't checked yet, I really think you have to.
I think he's just looking for money. Kingdahl out of bombs, though. And he can't really leave 9 to go get bombs because he's going to have to re-clear that wizard room. He's going to have to make bombs happen in 9. But finds his ladder.
Making a ladder.
Every passage you take has a silver lining. This one just happens to be made out of wood. This could be a... This is probably going to be an update from Kingdahl, depending on what the primary enemy in this room is.
Oh, baby. It's a Stalfos guarding a bomb pack.
That's actually really nice for Kingdahl. He doesn't have to worry about running out of bombs. Yet. I mean, he still does. I'm not quite sure where Shark is. It looks like Sharky's headed to Deadwoods.
Had that potion shop there. Didn't even have that one marked yet, so it's one spot taken care of.
He might be thinking he's mismarked something. Based on the way he's going.
I'm not sure.
To answer the question, the primary enemy is based on the room itself, so it does change. So the answer is yes, it does change within a scene. Sometimes
Hey,
it'll be the blue wizard.
GG.
There's the door. And a fireball room with a key. Kingdahl has finished in first place with an official time of 1:23:10.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Sharky being done here at this point.
Yeah, I would not either, given all of the struggles he's had and just how key blocked the seed was.
And I'm not in the IRC, but he stopped playing at this point, so I'm going to assume that's probably what happened here.
Yep.
So this, well, let's call it the key to the seed, was not having the key to unlock the door to the left in level 5.
You mean the key to the seed was keys?
Yep.
Next you're gonna tell me that water is wet. But for real though, like, this seed was just bad on keys. Looks like we will be joined by Sharky in just a little bit here. And I think we do have Sharky in the room with us. GG, sir.
Yep. I think I mismarked my tracker, so... Because I couldn't find level 2 again, for some reason.
Northeast of Vanilla 1, Kingdahl.
Yeah, I forgot to mark it when I was there the first time. So, that was my fault. Whoops.
Yeah, I didn't see it on your tracker at all being marked, along with
Yeah.
like Vanilla level 1, so it looked like you just had stopped tracking that area at some point, and it may have cost you a little bit of time.
Yeah, I was
But
looking
more-
at my tracker and seeing where I probably been, so...
More importantly, the key door in level 5 would have led to a diamond staircase with a very useful item inside of it. Had
Oh.
you found that, it probably would have opened up a lot of doors.
Yeah, I had that key issue, so that was fun.
And then the wand also happened to be in level 4 behind that horrible blue line over.
Yeah, I was going to go back to once I found another key, because I remember I was key blocked out of so many levels. And I
Yep,
was trying to go back to 1, see what was there, because 2 items.
Red ring if you went north through the key door, as well as 3 extra keys once you made it through that single key door. You also had a blue banana on the floor at some point in a nasty room that you had to clear.
Oof. I'm kind of glad I didn't go find a boomerang or anything.
And then you would not have found the ladder until you had all 8 Triforce pieces, so that was the thing.
Yeah, I've done a couple of ladderless seeds, but I don't know if level 9 was ladder required or not.
Strictly speaking, I believe the answer is no.
Knowing my luck, I probably would have beaten it without the ladder. Because I've done that once in this tournament.
You know, I will ask the question, what was there a point in the seed where you thought maybe buying a key would be the right way to go forward? Or was it more of a get the bombs and try to find a key drop on the floor and
Well, pretty much try and, get the bombs, get more bombs and hope to get a key drop. Playing that blue ring kind of helped. Definitely when I went back to level 8, trying and was disappointed in finding that book. Then again, I didn't see no hint shops at the time too, so I kind of want to pass on that.
The one big chance you had, I think, happened when you found the bow in 8.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That bow was kind of blocked deep in 8. That was not fun.
Kingdahl decided he did not want to spend the key to get to that, and so it took him a while to get back there and actually find the bow. But the wand eventually made him enough progress to where he just kind of pulled ahead by such a margin that was going to be very difficult, even had you found some keys, to kind of come back and catch up to him.
Yeah, it was one of those days I didn't play that to my standards, I feel, so...
We got Kingdahl hanging out in the waiting room, so he might be down here to talk about how he felt about this scene here shortly.
And there he is. GG's here.
Yeah, thanks. I found the ladder eventually.
A non-required ladder.
I think I passed through one, but it probably not required. But it made it a little bit easier. But not a...
Maybe it was the last room that had the ladder block potentially, but that would have been about it.
Also, the chase for level 1, so hidden.
Yeah, you both had levels you could not find. He could not find level 2 again. He didn't mark it, I guess, on his tracker. And you kind of got blocked off by some Octoroks to the top of the Lost Hills and didn't head back that way for quite a long time.
Yeah, but when I got back, I knew almost everything because of the hints and the book. It's probably the first seed I've had the book early enough that it actually made sense, and it helped out with the bow and the boomerang in 7. Kind of figuring out that the ladder was in 9, so 8 couldn't be ladder blocked. So it was. I figured it out, everything.
Let's see who we've got coming up here. Looks like the winner here, which is Kingdahl, gets Fry Teeth next round, and the winner of that match gets to face off against Random Effect. So, some good matches potentially coming up there for you.
That'd be a tough road.
Every seed is tough except this one.
Yeah, I played most of it in tilt mode. That kind of affected me big time. Of course, I forgot to track a few things.
I think everybody will want to play Kingdahl because it seems like every race he plays, it's First Quest Overworld.
Well,
First Quest Underworld, excuse me.
Since we went to bracket, I've had almost like every easy seed. I gotta say though that hint about the heart at the grave with the flute was kind of special, because it kind of solved a few problems with the white sword and not having to go back to the grave, and I got the 2 hints for that, for that heart in the grave.
Yep, recorder spot in the grave has a heart container. Pretty interesting to see that. On Sharky's side, he gets to escape prior to the Elite 8 round flag set, so there is some bonus there as you will not have to see. But hopefully you got some good practice in Swordless, and it contributes to your times in Sworded Seeds and other races that we play.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, being a part of this tournament. So It was a challenge. I can say that much.
Yeah, you gotta play second quest swordless now.
Maybe I'll try one-handed or something.
One-handed, swordless, second quest, 5 hard challenge.
Hey, second quest swordless is easier than first quest.
Perhaps.
No, it's not.
You at least get the wand without having to fight a bunch of wizards.
That last Patra in second quest is harder than anything in first quest.
You have to fight 5 wizards to get the wand in first quest. I don't know how many wizard rooms you have to do in second quest besides the 1 in 5, which is awful.
A couple, but they're kind of lined up for the. If you get a count and you can manipulate the red wizards, and you don't have to kill any wizards in the last room in 6 either. You can just kill likes once you get the wand. It's a breeze, man.
Looks like we have one more match tonight for the tournament itself. It's Eat My Steel and Sis Crusher at 11:30 Eastern on Speed Gaming 1. And we also have an April Fool's Day flag set for Zelda 1 that's going to be the weekly. I think that's some sort of concoction that Rick came up with that's going to troll everybody.
It doesn't have change secret spots. It has a bunch of other stuff, but it doesn't have change secret spots. So for those wanting to participate. Anyway.
Is it sprite shuffled? Of course.
Yes.
I'm out.
Needs to have every item be the blue boomerang. Especially if
Even the ones that
TGE is
aren't blue?
playing.
Even the items that aren't blue?
Isn't there a sprite setting that you can play where every single sprite is the exact same item?
Fun percent. Favorite is when they roll the book.
Anyways, we should probably let our tracker for this one, Elendar, and our restreamer, Captain Green, go. We'll let them go and perhaps have some dinner or something, so we'll wrap it up.
Yes, and with that said, on behalf of my tracker Elendar, on behalf of our streamer Captain Green 7, and on behalf of my co-commentator Fury, who graciously jumped in 10 minutes into the seed, this is Alsoa. We'll see you guys later tonight. We'll see you guys on the next race, and y'all.
All right, everybody.